talking about money. If you like money, watch the entire video because I'm gonna show you how you can get 500,000 in funding. If you have at least a 680, no negatives, you got at least 5 primary accounts. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna share my screen in a little bit. We're gonna get into it. So if you're a real estate investor, you're looking to get funds for your next property, you're in e-commerce, you're looking to have funding so you can get to the next level. Let's say you're a trader. As far as trading stock options or something, you need more capital. As business owners, we always need capital so we can actually grow our business. So I want to give y'all the information so y'all can have access to it and y'all can go execute it for yourself. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna get straight to it. If you're new, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you get value from what I'm saying today, I'll make myself bigger. All right. Hopefully you're blessed wherever you're seeing this. If you've seen me for the first time, maybe this is divine timing. You're gonna be able to get your funding. So how to get 500K in funding, 500,000 funding. This is just an example. You can definitely get way more. And we fund our clients more than that, but typically 500K is possible as long as you have the right data points, you have the right strategy. I'm gonna go through it and make sure you take action. All right, so if you have a 680, at least 5 primary accounts and no negatives, this is for you. You could be a real estate investor, like I said. Maybe you're in e-commerce. Maybe you need to expand your inventory. Maybe you're in trucking. You need to go get a new truck. This will definitely work for you, right? We like flexible funding, low monthly repayment, 0% interest when we're talking about the credit cards. So let's get straight into it. So preparation, number one. We have to make sure that we have 100% payment history. So we got to make sure our personal is right. A lot of people will go online saying, oh, EIN funding, this, that, and the third. Always teach people to make sure that your personal is right. Hold on, I didn't even notice. I got like a string or something right there. Okay, yeah, so you want to make sure that your personal is right. Your personal is structured correctly. 100% payment history, so no late payments. You want to have at least 5 positive accounts, like I said. You want to have at least a 680. If you don't have at least a 680, it's going to be hard to get funding. We have lenders that we work with for people that have we can get you funded if you have around like a 600s, but if you want the best funding, I want y'all to get the best money. You need to have at least a 680. Your debt to income ratio has to be less than 30%. And you have to have not more than 3 to 4 hard inquiries on each of your reports. So Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. And let me touch on something too. So a lot of people, they'll be like, okay, don't have more than 3 to 4 hard inquiries. But the reality is the effect of hard inquiries decreases as time goes on, So let's say that hard inquiries are at least 6 months old. If it's 6 months to a year, it's not as effective as when you first got them. So let's say you have 5 to 7. I've seen situations where you'll still get funded because those hard inquiries are a little bit old. Hard inquiries stay on your actual report for 2 years, but when it's 6 months to a year, it's not going to be as effective in terms of being used against you when you're getting funding. So keep that in mind as well. So if you're satisfying all of these, at least 5 positive accounts. We like to see 10, but you want to make sure that you're structured how you're able to. If you're satisfying all of these, you'll be good to go. And then just do everything I'm saying in the video. All right, so if you need to fix your credit though, if you just happen to be under a 680, let's say you have any negatives, go ahead and watch my YouTube channel for the free courses on that. If you go through my playlist, I'm pretty sure I have, how to delete pretty much anything on your credit. So the information is out there. I want y'all to be able to structure yourself so y'all can go get the funding. And yeah, let's say you have a high debt to income ratio. You can go ahead and get a personal loan to pay off your credit cards to reduce your DTI. So one example is Happy Money. So if you go to Happy Money, I'm gonna show it here. It's 5 to 40K. So personal loans between 5 to 40K. So let's say you have 40K in credit cards and your overall total is 100,000 in terms of credit. So you can get that personal loan, they'll pay it off for you, and then now it looks like you have a lower DTI, and then you're able to go ahead and get the funding that you need. So it's just having the resources and knowing where to go when it comes to your situation that you're in. If you're in that situation, you have Happy Money. Thank me later. You also have Meet Tally. That's an additional one. So rewind the video, pay close attention to everything I'm saying. If you need to fix your credit, like I said, we have resources for that. If you need to decrease your DTI, we got resources for that. Happy Money, Meet Tally. So, okay, boom. Let's say you've passed all of that. You're a real estate investor, e-commerce, trucking, whatever you need the funds for. If you got a personal brand and you're just looking to expand. Well, that rhymed. Personal brand, you're looking to expand, you know what I'm saying? But, all right, so we're going to talk about the personal side. So personal, number one, we're going to talk about NASA Federal Credit Union. To join, you can literally become a member of their organization. So I know a lot of people talk about Navy Federal, but I want to talk about NASA Federal Credit Union. It's a soft pull pre-approval. Keep that in mind. So a soft pull means that it's not a hard pull. It's not going to affect your credit negatively. So at a pull Experian, you can check your rate beforehand. So that's one of the reasons why I like them. And the thing about funding, when I'm saying you want how to get your $500,000, you got to understand that you're going to be going to multiple banks. And on the business side, remember, this is only the personal side. On the business side, you're able to get at least like 2 to 5 times more of what you got on the personal side. This is why I'm telling y'all to focus on your personal. Get that right, so that by the time you go to the business, you're able to go get the best funding in the world, right? I'm only giving y'all an example of one personal and one business, but with the information I'm giving you right here alone, you can easily go run up at least 100 to 200K. So keep that in mind. When I'm saying to get to the 500K, you just duplicate the process what you've done already before. Obviously, if you don't have the knowledge to know which specific banks to go to, that comes with experience. You're going to want to get with an expert. But if you just want at least, the 100, 200K, 300K, just follow what I'm saying in the video. So NASA Federal Credit Union. So like I said, you can check your rate. That's what I like about them. So personal loans. They got personal loans amounts available up to 30K. So boom, you get your 30K from them. And then they also have lines of credit. Boom, you get your 30K from them. So from them, that one hard pull, you got basically 60K, right? So boom, we got 60K. Let's say 50K just to keep it round numbers, right? So then you're structuring your personal as far as what you're able to get. Let's say you also watch my Navy Federal video. You went and got your $25,000 personal credit card over there, right? Because you got to remember, you want to get good funding on the personal side, because the personal side a lot of times is going to influence the business side. You got to look at it like a relationship. It's basically like co-signing. So if these lenders, they see like, okay, this person, they have a $25,000 limit over here. They have a $30,000 loan over here, $30,000 limit over here. When it comes to the business side, they're going to be like, okay, we could trust them on the personal side. Business side, let's give them like 2x that, 3x that, 4x that, 5x that. I want y'all to get the best funding, So you got to know this information. All right, so keep in mind though, personal loans, lines of credit, a lot of times you're going to have a proof of income. So, pay stubs, things like that. So this is where you work for yourself in your business. If you're paying yourself, then that's good. But if you're a small business owner, but you also have a 9 to 5, this is where it's good, because you got the W-2 pay stubs. So this is where that comes into play. So personal loans, lines of credit, it's good for those of y'all that are working jobs, because you have that proof of income. So keep that in mind. You have to provide that proof of income a lot of times. And then lines of credit are good because it's an easy way to take money off versus having to do MS. If you don't know what MS is, it's manufacturer spending. You can go to my playlist. I have like over 100 videos in that. So keep that in mind as well. So let's talk about the business. So that was a personal. Let's talk about business. So business credit. So the example I'm going to give y'all is First Citizens Bank, and your LLC has to be 2 years or older. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind too, we get people funding with where they could have a brand new LLC. I'm just giving y'all an example. Those of y'all that are 2 years in business or older. But if you're in a situation where you're like, okay, I want to start my LLC and maximize my funding, I don't have the 2 years or older, you're just gonna have to do the research, right? I'm giving y'all the free information, but if you want to, you need more information, you got to do the research and just get with us. You know how life works. All right, so First Citizens Bank. Number one, you're gonna open a business account, right? Step by step, this is very easy. Open a business account. Number two, you're gonna put $50 in a business checking account. You're gonna put $50 in a business savings account. Remember, we're establishing a relationship. We're establishing a relationship, like I told y'all, it's like dating. You're not gonna just pull up on a girl, pull up on a guy, and just be like, "Oh, marry me." You gotta establish the relationship, build a relationship, show that you're trustworthy, right? So keep that in mind. That's how credit works. So you establish that relationship. You're gonna apply for the business credit card and a business line of credit. That's 100K right there alone, right? Because a business credit card you can get up to 50,000. Business line of credit you can get 50K, and no docs. That's why we love it. First Citizens Bank. It's no documentation. No documentation. Let me repeat myself. No documentation, right? They're gonna typically they pull Experian, Equifax, and then you're gonna want to search your area if it's located there. Even if you don't live where First Citizens Bank is, there's ways around it. We have clients that we get funding where they're not located over there. Find a way around it. So keep that in mind. So just looking at First Citizens Bank real quick. All right, so the credit card, like I said, the thing about the funding and why we love business credit and business credit cards funding, a lot of times most of the time we go for 0% interest cards, right? So you want to keep that in mind. 0% interest, if you don't know what that means, that basically means you get a certain period where you don't have to pay like with the interest. So let's say 0% interest for 12 months. If you get 50,000 and you use the 50,000, typically you would have a higher minimum payment, but because it's a 0% interest period, it's typically going to be like 1%. So your monthly payment would be like $500, something super affordable like that. So you think about it too. Let's say you're a real estate investor. You go put that into a property. You're able to flip it in a considerable amount of time. You made your money back. $500 a month is pennies, right? You're in trucking. You go get your vehicle. Trucking. I'm not in the trucking industry. I get people funding that are in trucking, but I know that y'all, like, it's like a week. Sometimes y'all get paid weekly and things like that. So you're able to cash flow, Let's say you're a trader, right? You do stock trading. You do trading options. You get the capital that you need. You go and do what you need to do as far as flipping it. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. So we like 0% interest cards. 0% interest cards. So look, 0% interest introductory for purchases and balances for 9 months, right? And then it goes back to the regular thing. You got to think about it. If you're in business and you can't make a profit in 9 months, then that's the wrong business, right? So keep that in mind, keep that in mind, keep that in mind. So I just wanted to come on here, give y'all that. If y'all got value, definitely let me know below. Let me know as you get approved. If you need help, I'll leave the link below if you want to apply to work with us for funding. If you want us to just handhold you to through the process and get it done for you. And if you want, more lenders versus what we talked about here. But your action item is to get a NASA credit union and go get, 30 to 60K, and then get a First Citizens and get at least 100K. I know you can do it. You can do it as long as your credit is where it's supposed to be. This is why I say personal credit has to be good. This is why, if you're not new to me, if you watch my videos, I'm talking about all these consumer laws, 15 USC this, 15 USC that. I've given y'all the blueprint on how to delete anything. So that's why we're talking about the money now. Because, okay, we got the credit, but now the money. How do we invest the money? Do we go put in a whole life insurance policy? Things like that. So keep that in mind. And then one resource I like to use when I'm getting my clients funding, I like to use Bank Branch Locator. So Bank Branch Locator, literally look in your area of the banks that are around you. Go to credit unions. A lot of times these credit unions are going to have no docs, right? And a lot of times it's up to 50K line of credit. So if you do that enough times, you got your $500,000. Go ahead and put that in your property, for your real estate. If you want to get a BBL, you're looking to get a mommy makeover or something, you can go ahead and do that as well. If you're in trucking, like I said, if you're in e-commerce, you need inventory. Because as business owners, we need access to funding so that we can scale effectively. With that being said, hopefully this was an amazing video, added value to your situation. Y'all let me know. Leave a comment if y'all want more videos on funding. I'm looking to make sure that we fund y'all millions of dollars. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Most importantly, share with somebody. With that being said, y'all have a blessed one.